We're going to talk about the power forwards today, and that are going to be first round draft picks in the first round draft picks. Let's get started. Michael Beasley, 6'9", power forward from Kansas State. Now, three teams that I honestly can see him possibly going to. He can honestly probably go to Chicago Bulls at number 1. He probably can go to the Miami Heat at number 2. Or he can probably go to the Memphis Grizzlies, but not at number 5. As I was saying, as I have been saying, the Memphis Grizzlies can probably try to move up to that number 2 spot. I think they are talking to the Miami Heat on possibly making a good trade offer where they would send Mike Miller and Kyle Lowry and possibly get that draft pick and then be able to pick up Michael Beasley. So don't doubt that Michael Beasley can't go to the Memphis Grizzlies right now. I'm saying it now because when the NBA draft comes and Memphis all of a sudden makes a miraculous trade to the Miami Heat, you guys are going to be like, oh wow, Michael Beasley didn't end up in Chicago or Miami. But I am going to put my money on him probably going to the Miami Heat. I don't think Miami's going to get too suckered into getting too caught up in making a trade with the Memphis Grizzlies, but anything is possible. I'm just making my personal opinion and guesses. Next up, Kevin Love, 6'10", power forward from UCLA. Word is he did pretty good in workouts. He has dropped some weight, and he definitely can go as high as the Memphis Grizzlies. If Memphis does not work out a trade, they will most likely try to go after Kevin Love at number 5. He will probably be able to come in, play that center position alongside Darko Milicic. Then you have Rudy Gay. If they keep Mike Miller and Kyle Lowry around, and then they'll have Mike Conley, that'll be a good core. Memphis does need to get tougher down low instead of Memphis trying to get that most talented player. I think they probably can get some toughness from within Kevin Love. Also, Kevin Love can also land in Charlotte if Memphis makes a trade and probably goes after Michael Beasley. Or Memphis goes after the most talented player in the draft at number 5, and they decide not to go with Kevin Love because they feel he'd be too high. Kevin Love could slip down to number 8 and Charlotte. I'm quite sure Larry Brown likes his skills. I think that Larry Brown would be able to utilize him and play him very well, which will allow Emeka Okafor to move to the power forward position, which is his natural position. I think Kevin Love will then move on to the center position, even though he's more of a power forward. Next up, Anthony Randolph, 6'11", freshman from LSU. His raw offensive skills, his great rebounding, his long arms. He is probably the 3rd most talented power forward in the NBA draft right now. He can go to number 10 at New Jersey, or he can go to Sacramento at number 12. Sacramento is really liking him right now, and if he does slip through the cracks and Sacramento has that pick at number 12, they're gonna go after him. I think Anthony Randolph will fit in very well. They have Spencer Hawes. They have Brad Miller. Sorry, that name slipped through my head. They have Mikey Moore. I think Anthony Randolph is a little bit more athletic. They probably can push the ball up a little bit more. They'll have Francisco Garcia, Quincy Douby, Kevin Martin. I think they'll be able to run the ball a little bit more and get some easy baskets next year if they were to bring in Anthony Randolph. Moving on. My next power forward, Maurice Spates, 6'10", power forward from Florida. I think Maurice Spates can end up on one of 2 teams. He'll either end up in Philadelphia at number 16 or he'll end up at Toronto at number 17. It all depends on how the NBA draft pans out. I think he probably can end up in Philadelphia. Philadelphia is probably going to have to go after Elton Brand this summer, but they're going to play it safe just in case they can't get Elton Brand, and they're going to probably go after Maurice Spates. He's going to be a pretty good fit alongside Samuel Dalembert at the center position. And I think that Maurice Spates will definitely help with some toughness down low because that is what Philadelphia needs. As you can see, Philadelphia did struggle in the playoffs with a little bit of their rebounding, and they will be most improved. Those are my 4 power forwards right now. There are 3 more coming. Stay tuned.